Hello, hello. Hello, world. So we are having some minor technical difficulties here. Brent and I were testing out our system this morning, and there was just all this like crackly static going on the line. I don't know what's going on here. So we've done a little restart. Brent, I think, is currently restarting his machine, and it's just going a little bit slowly. So I figured I would come here and go live so that we're still here, we're still alive, it's going to be okay. And then we're figuring it out. If anybody wants to come on and ask any questions or say hi, feel free. I'm just kind of filling time at the moment. So I'm gonna have some fun just talking about whatever I feel like, because I'm master of the meeting. Is that Brent?
That's me. Can you see me?
Nope.
Hold on, video. Dude, holy cow.
Are we making it? We're only 5 minutes late.
I know, this thing's been beeping for 5 minutes, and boy, is Rich not impressed. And I'm not, I am abandoning, I don't know what the heck's going on here. All righty. So, are we kind of live?
Smooth like we planned it.
Okay. Well, whatever.
Yeah, we are live. You've got sharing permissions.
I don't have anything to share because I'm on my phone, not my laptop. All this stuff is going down. This is now twice. So, yay mistakes. We're making them. All right, we are live with COVID Marketing episode number 76. The show to support small businesses, not just to survive, but to thrive. Week daily at 11:11 Eastern Standard Time. I'm Brent Kobayashi, president of Kobayashi Zeitgeist, a marketing agency here in Toronto, Canada. With me is Mr. Arthur Tutt, the man that's been keeping you entertained for I don't know how long, a few minutes before we can get all of this gear stuff together. And I just gotta say, as annoying as that might have been, the fact that we're here live with this crystal clear camera and all this stuff, this phone that I just set up, this backup thing, it's like insane, right? Just stop for a moment here, appreciate how ridiculous this world is right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so
also I was gonna say you were coming through smooth and clear and crystal clear. No more of that static on the line.
I know. Well, that's because I switched around my gear like that.
Options.
If the computer doesn't work, you just switch to the thing that's in your pocket, and now you are broadcasting to the world or a few people.
Isn't it amazing how similar like computers and phones have become?
It's because the phones are computers.
Yeah, like they're basically the same thing. They're just different sizes.
And of course, the computers are phones, right? That's the whole interesting thing about it. It's just whether or not you want it in your pocket, you want it on your desktop, you want something big, you want something small, you want it on your wrist.
You want a keyboard?
Yeah, and soon it's going to be like in your glasses. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on here. All right. Okay. So
can we get some of those glasses, by the way?
I would love to get some of those glasses. Sure. Hunt it up and we can play with it. That would be a lot of fun. I don't think they're here yet. Augmented reality really isn't here yet. I'd be interested in trying the Snap glasses though. That would be kind of cool. Okay. So thank you very much for everybody who's joining us. Today, I actually want to get into something that was, it came across my desk from our creative strategy, our creative strategist. It was like, this is interesting. It would be interesting for some of our retail clients. Coincidentally, just yesterday, I was in one of our local stores here, chatting with one of our neighbors and asking, how's it going? What are you doing? And all that kind of stuff. And she was saying, oh, we're doing okay. Sales are down, but look, this is what we're doing. And what she was doing was posting videos onto her Facebook page. And I was so happy to hear that. It wasn't necessarily getting tremendous response yet, but she was doing it fairly consistently. And I was like, this is exactly what you need to do. So I wanted to get into how can you, with a brick and mortar store, basically a store, be relevant in today's world where so much has moved digital and online. Now, if you think about it, you know, so many things now are purchased just on Amazon or some other e-commerce store, Amazon being the big one. And it can be challenging for a local store or even just any retail store to kind of survive in that world. So with, you know, I remember actually a few years back when our developer at the time was getting Amazon shipments to us on a regular basis. I said, what are you doing? He says, oh, I buy my laundry detergent on Amazon. It just ships to me on a monthly basis. I was like, what? Like, that was insane for me. I really? So it was, that was the signifier for me that the world had changed. Certainly when I decided I wanted to buy a wallet, and Carolyn, my wife, said, oh, I'll just go on Amazon. I'm like, no, I'll just go buy one. And she looked at me and she said, where in our neighborhood are you going to find a place to buy a wallet? All right,
and you're like, challenge accepted.
I was like, no, I was like, you win. No, I wasn't taking that challenge. I was like, you're right. There is nowhere in this neighborhood of which I can get that certain good. I'd have to travel to a place to be able to get it. There's nothing in the local area anymore. However, having said that, we still have a lot of local stores, and brick and mortar, there is a certain advantage to this. So if you have a brick and mortar store, you want to take advantage of it. Number one, brick and mortar can give a lot of almost, I would say, integrity. The fact that you have a brick and mortar store gives you a little bit of a solidifying presence, of which, so if you have an e-commerce store, it's a flower shop or anything else like that, you want to showcase the fact that you actually exist.
Yeah, because it gives you, like you said, some presence, some authority, some trust, potentially also walk by traffic as well.
Yeah, so the walk by, I mean, it's walk by traffic is what brick and mortar stores have always relied on, right? So that's location, location, location. And that's one of the sort of weaknesses that e-commerce realizes. It's like, you know, I can have a warehouse over there. I can reduce my costs. I don't have to pay for prime real estate, and I can just ship, right? So when a brick and mortar specifically goes online with e-commerce, my number one thing is, depending on what their game plan, but usually is, give yourself that legitimacy that you have a store, you have real people, you have staff, all of that kind of stuff. Same thing goes with us. The fact that people know that we have an office suddenly means that we're not some people where some people are working in their basement, maybe they're not really doing this, because you can look professional, but not be a professional company. And for some, that's important. In some cases, it's not. It's more commoditized. Like, I just need this one thing done. I'll buy it. I don't care if it's cheap or if you even exist next month. But for many, it's important, or they have a certain feel about it. With a small business that's brick and mortar, you have a community feel, you have an expertise feel. Certainly right now, sentiment for small business in the local community is high. There's lots of research out there that's saying people are really thinking and wanting their communities to survive, and part of their community is the small businesses that are there in the community. So it's high. So having said that, everybody's still now they're really realizing that it is now an online world, it is a digital world. People can't necessarily just walk into your store as easily. And maybe people are not sure about walking into your store as easily. So, I mean, even Toronto, and now expanded to Ontario, which is where we are, they have this Shop Here program, which is giving free basic e-commerce website setup, plus like 3 months hosting with Shopify.
Sorry, can we just back up for a second? So is this like the government of Ontario is putting out this initiative?
Yeah. Yeah, or it's expanded from Toronto to other municipalities in Ontario. So that's great. However, e-commerce does not take advantage of the one thing that brick and mortar has, which is this legitimacy and this value in the community. And you are real people and you've got this years of experience and it's all very personal, right? So how to be digital and be real life, this is what I want to talk about today, which is basically very simple. It's video. And if you were to, so I'm actually going to call out this local boutique I walked into. It's Kenny's Boutique House. So maybe you can put it in the chat there, in the comments.
Do you want me to share it up on the screen real quick?
Yeah, share facebook.com/kaniz.ca, KANIZ.ca. Share you up on the screen. Nice.
There we go. It's coming.
There you are. So there she is. She's in her store.
Boutique.
Yep. Local here in Toronto, Danforth. Really, really nice people. Lots of good stuff. This is basically mostly Bangladeshi, but really, really nice store. Really great fashion. I've known them for quite some time. And if you scroll down, you'll see what she's been doing is video after video after video after video. Okay, so come back to us. Thank you. So that's the basic premise. Now, basically what you're doing is you want to bring people into your store. So now you're brick and mortar, you're bringing somebody into your store. Yes, hello there. Sorry, I have somebody coming into our store right now. How can I help you?
Hi, I'm Becky, and I just live upstairs next door.
Yep.
And I'm parked back there at the moment.
Okay, that's totally cool. You can park back there. I'm actually doing a live show right now. So maybe you can come back in half an hour, 45 minutes if you want to chat.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Love it. It's live. Okay, so Kenny's Boutique. So there's a few things you want to do. You want to bring people in the store. You want to show what you're doing to be safe with masks and sneeze guards, et cetera, and that type of stuff. So first you want to establish the basis of what's going on here. And then just keep shooting video. Show your product, especially your new arrivals. Take questions. Like you could go live in Facebook groups in your local area. And you can say, hi, you can do just video like Kenny's is doing, but you can, I actually hope I'm pronouncing that right, Kenny's. I'll ask her to correct me when I see her next, if I need correction. So do Facebook Live in your local groups, in your Facebook groups. There are a lot of Facebook groups out there that are really dedicated to supporting the local merchants right now. And of course, everything that we've said with video, we've actually done some video shows in the past. Be fun, be creative, be informative. So if you have history, maybe a specific ethnicity, like share about that. Share what share what's going on there. People will be interested, right? Because and they might be like, oh, you know what? I actually want to check that out. Connect with the community that you're sharing, find out what's happening, and connect your videos to what's happening actually in your area. So in Danforth Village, which is kind of where we're at, there might be a little initiative to do, they're having like this music thing going on here and talk about that and say this thing's coming up. So if you want to actually dress up a little bit at home, this is what we've got. This is what I would choose for the, I can't remember what it's called. It's like the, Danforth Village Rocks, right? And you can actually when you're doing the online show, yeah, you know what? Dress up a little bit, get out on town or whatever it happens to be. Or favorite thing to go have coffee at Vinyl Press Cafe down the road here, right? Because they're open now and you're able to actually have a coffee out in a coffee shop, or Zaz that's a little bit further down. So mention people by name and mention that this is where you like to go in the area. This is what the fashion that you could do in this area in her particular case. But whatever it is, connect to your community.
And I think that's a big thing here, is that in this case, if we go back to Kenise for a second, it's like, it's no longer just like a random clothing store. It's like she has injected her personality into it.
Yeah. And now you're like, oh, right. You're a real person. You're not Amazon. You have some expertise and you have some stuff that I like. Post that stuff on your local Facebook marketplace. Like, you're a store, yes, but that doesn't mean a store can't put themselves in Facebook marketplace. And especially if there's now an emotional connection, people might be like, yeah, I think I want that.
And the other thing quickly too is once that video is up on Facebook, you can easily boost it. I mean, even for like $3 or $5, put a couple of dollars behind it and just kind of boost it locally in your area, so people continue to see you.
Dude, I walked in there and I was talking with her. How's it going? What are you doing? How's business? Down, of course. What are you doing to really make this stuff work with how things are going? She showed me all this stuff, and then she says to me, "Oh, and I saw your video," because we boosted it to our local area, right? She was excited about that, and there's a connection there now. So this video right now that we're doing, of course, we're going to cut up a little bit, and of course we'll boost it to the local area because everybody knows who we're talking about, and it's relevant to everybody that's on this strip here, as well as other parts of the world, of course. But this is like what this has a particular catch, right, to this area, because it's very specific to this area. And when you're marketing, you want to get as close to home, like literally, as you can. So if you have an e-commerce store or something and it's mannequins, and it's just, it has no differentiation other than the name between your product and something you can buy anywhere else on the internet, then you're not close to home anymore, because you are now anywhere. You could be shipping from any part of the world. Who knows what's going on there? And people will have that feeling. So you want to give them that feeling that, hey, come on into my store. Let me show you what's going on in my store. Oh, here's my discount rack. Let's go through this discount rack. And if there's something that's like, oh God, this is horrible, throw it out, right? Or this one's free for the first person who comes and get it, or whatever, play with it a little bit. I always like that.
Have some fun.
Yeah, you want to give, you always want to give value in your videos. So having fun is one way, being informative is another way, interviewing, the people that are helping you out. She has a daughter that's helping with video, and it's like, oh, 22-year-old daughter, fantastic. Do your TikToks with her, right? And really get into it, because that's where the creativity will come out. You do it over there, and then you, of course, move that creative, the video that you've done, into your Facebook and your other channels that you're doing that might be a little bit more relevant to where you're at. But get the creativity from those other platforms. And then also do a video of you doing the video, right? Definitely say and introduce the family that's helping out here and who you are. And in her case, I believe they immigrated a few years ago, and talk about that story and what it means, all of that kind of stuff. So really connect. So that's it for today's show. Anything else that you can think of that really connects? Like, you want to think, how do I leverage my brick and mortar?
I feel like you hit the nail on the head there. That it's really about getting the best of both worlds. It's like, yeah, people want to buy stuff online, but they also like that community feel. And as much as Amazon is able to deliver a lot of products relatively cheaply, they're not around the corner. You can't go there. You can't say hi. They don't have personality. They don't creatively kind of show off their colorful clothes, so that you can't touch and feel it. It's not as tangible. And so that's where a local business like this could really provide that extra piece.
So much about business is based on trust. Do I trust I'm going to get the product? Do I trust if I get the product, I can return it if there's a problem, because you're in the area, I can see you eye to eye, all of that kind of stuff. We're human beings, right? We are human beings. And I get the efficiencies and I get a lot of the stuff because we buy stuff from Amazon as well. But many people, and in many situations, people want to have that high level of trust. And quite frankly, brick and mortar, you've got that. Just figure out how to leverage it in today's world. All right. I hope that hit home for you. It's super important for you to hit home with your clients. Thank you so much for joining us on
Slam dunk.
Duncan Slam. All right, on episode number 76 of COVID Marketing, we'll have all of the music intros and outros and all that kind of stuff tomorrow. Until then, have an awesome time. We want you thriving and thriving and thriving. So if there's anything you want to know, if there's anything that's troubling you, if there's anything that's stopping you from doing the thriving and only doing the surviving, because today is another day, please hit us up and we will figure it out. If Arthur and I can't figure out, we've got a team of people that are going to support you figuring it out.
Make it happen.
All right. Peace.
Let's cut it.